Allowing Oranje, Kleinfontein, or Ireka to persist emboldens discrimination and it normalizes division. Unraveling the unity we need to build a just South Africa. The EFF will not stand for it.
Honorable Niehaus, your time is expired, sir.
To take a step back here, refugee admissions into the United States takes many, many months, sometimes years. The vetting is extremely rigorous. So the questions we have is, what process was really followed here, given just how expedited this process seems to be, in that the first 54 are now expected in Washington, D.C. At some point next week.
Vision we hold dear. The government must outlaw these enclaves and compel their integration into a non-racial South Africa. Chairperson, to do otherwise is to betray our constitutional mandate and to surrender to the forces of division.
Welcome for these interviews at the South African Embassy in Pretoria, but what we do know is that they're Afrikaners in the main and white in particular. That is essentially what the executive order determined in terms of who would be eligible for resettlement in the United States. I have been contacting my sources here in the United States, who did not want to go on the record and spoke to me on background. They did not want to be persecuted, but this is what one source said to me, quote, "There has been no criteria or procedure for adjudication of refugee applications. I have no idea how this has been."
Those who claim predominantly black areas justify these enclaves. I say, stop this dishonest deflection. Black communities are shaped by historical dispossession and apartheid spatial engineering, not by policies banning white people. Oranje and Kleinfontein, by contrast, enforce explicit racist exclusion.
Thus, the U.S. Embassy in Pretoria has been conducting interviews and processing potential refugees pursuant to President Trump's executive order. We continue to review inquiries from individuals who have expressed an interest to the embassy to resettle in the United States. We are unable to provide or comment on individual cases. The Department of State is prioritizing consideration for U.S. refugee resettlement of Afrikaners in South Africa who are, quote, victims of unjust racial discrimination, echoing sentiments first expressed by President Trump in that executive order. But again, Mbali, to take a step back.
Racist exclusion. This false equivalence is a ploy to normalize segregation and derail our pursuit of a cohesive, non-racial nation. We will not be fooled. Honorable members, every racist enclave, no matter how small, is a cancer on our nation's body. Allowing Oranje, Kleinfontein, or Ireka to persist emboldens discrimination and it normalizes division.
Is that this first group that arrives next week will be processed in Washington, D.C., and then sent to various states around the United States. This is a very vast country. They will not be moving as a group. They will be separated depending on, your family, I imagine, will stay with you, right? But they will go to a number of states. We're told the states of West Virginia, Colorado, Massachusetts, California, Idaho, Montana, North Carolina, Nevada, New York, Minnesota, and Michigan, and Washington State are among the states that have already indicated that they're willing to receive these Afrikaner refugees.
One recent example that is close to home was when one white mayor was lauded for observing traditions of a State of the City address, while Dr. Moya, a black mayor, was vilified for doing the exact same at half the cost. We must understand, House Chair, that these attacks are because Dr. Moya has made remarkable progress in ensuring that all residents receive the dignity of services and not just some. We must not allow the ideology of white supremacy to win. Social media
is that they will be helping South Africans with housing, basic home furnishings, essential household items, groceries, weather-appropriate clothing, right? It gets very cold in the United States, more so than it does even in the coldest parts of South Africa. Diapers, formula, hygiene products, and prepaid phones. So this is a process that will take some time, one imagines, but certainly it seems to be moving very, very fast as it pertains to the white Afrikaners from South Africa.
And show in a brief.